Canelo, I'm coming, my puta. Ah!
Hey fight fans, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into the latest buzz surrounding Jake Paul and his ambitious challenge to Canelo Alvarez. Is this a genuine aspiration or simply another attempt to grab headlines? Let's analyze the situation. Jake Paul has once again ignited the boxing world by declaring that he would wash Canelo Alvarez in the ring. He believes Canelo would be embarrassed if they ever fought. But how does Canelo respond to these claims?
Canelo, how easy of a fight is Jake Paul? How easy of a fight is Jake Paul?
I don't want to say any bad things. I think he doing good things for his own team, but boxing is a little bit different when you fight in a
Real fighter.
yeah, real fight.
I feel that.
Canelo acknowledges Jake Paul's efforts in bringing attention to boxing, but emphasizes that real boxing is a different arena. He recognizes that Jake is building his name against decent opponents, but implies he is far from ready to face elite, world-class fighters like himself. Jake Paul isn't backing down. He claims Canelo Alvarez is over the hill and insists he would have defeated him if they had fought in May. Paul even went as far as to compare his performance against Mike Tyson to Canelo's fight against William Scull.
Canelo's last fight, what do you think of Canelo? It's boring, guys. I mean, come on. I threw more punches against Mike Tyson in 8 2-minute rounds than he did in a 12-round fight.
Do you think you would have done better than Skull?
1,000%. Without a doubt, I would have beat Canelo. And this is what I've been saying. He's over the hill.
Paul believes his fights are more exciting than Canelo's.
Oh, for sure. I mean, obviously Crawford's a great fighter, Canelo's a great fighter, but I just think that this has more hype around it, and we just saw them come off of some boring-ass fights, and they're probably just going to sit there and dance for 12 rounds. Yeah, I mean, it was a collaboration with Oscar De La Hoya and our ideas of lining up future opponents to become world champion.
Jake, can we get a knockout?
Say it again?
Can we get a knockout this time?
Oh, for sure. For
What
sure.
round? What round?
It's been too long. I think it can be less than 3 rounds.
Jake Paul claimed that if Canelo Alvarez
Paul believes Canelo is not the fighter he once was, and that a fight with someone younger, cockier, and fearless like himself would expose Canelo and tarnish his reputation.
Because I think some people would love you for knocking him out. I think that's
Maybe that's right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Maybe that's right. But in 2 years, we'll see, right? I hope he improved more and he do a really good job. Believe I say this in serious. I hope he doing really good job and improve in boxing and it's fine.
Canelo dismisses the idea, stating Jake isn't on his level and needs to improve significantly before such a fight could be considered.
Eyes that normally wouldn't.
Everything is good for boxing. He bring more fans to in boxing. Everything is good. Everything is fine.
Is he a little crazy though, saying the things he saing thinking that he could fight you?
No, he's not crazy. He's not crazy. He's fine and dreaming in something, right? You need to put goals in your mind and dream. It's okay.
But a little delusional, no? You've been doing this your whole life, and he's been doing it 3 years.
Like I say, it's good dreaming.
It's a bold claim from Paul, saying Canelo looked 100% shot. He's also pointing out that they were supposedly in negotiations for a May fight, but Canelo ended up fighting Scull under a new deal with Turki Alalshikh, who reportedly preferred Canelo face real fighters. Paul is framing this as Alalshikh perhaps saving Canelo from an embarrassing loss to him, arguing a Paul fight would have at least been entertaining. While Paul comparing his Tyson exhibition punch stats to Canelo's championship fight stats is a bit of apples and oranges, especially given Tyson's age, the narrative Paul is pushing is that Canelo's fights are becoming boring and his output is dropping, a direct challenge to Canelo's dominance. In response to all this washed talk, we often see champions hit the gym to remind everyone of their capabilities. Training footage of Canelo showing his power is exactly that, a statement that he's still a force to be reckoned with. Canelo is determined to prove that he is still a feared puncher. Jake Paul isn't just targeting Canelo's past performances, he's also casting doubt on future mega fights. He's suggesting that even a potential clash between Canelo and another pound-for-pound star, Terence Crawford, would be dull compared to the excitement he brings.
he would have done better than Skull, though.
1,000%, without a doubt. I would have beat Canelo, and this is what I've been saying. He's over the hill. Obviously, Crawford's a great fighter, Canelo's a great fighter, but I just think that this has more hype around it, and you know, we just saw them come off of some boring-ass fights, and they're probably just going to sit there and dance for 12 rounds.
Paul's claiming his fights have more hype, and that Canelo and Crawford are old and not entertaining to watch, suggesting they just dance around. This is Paul trying to position himself as the biggest show in boxing, regardless of the pedigree of fighters like Canelo and Crawford. It's a consistent strategy from Paul: provoke, create drama, and try to force his way into the biggest conversations and potential fights. He's essentially accused Canelo of being a money-hungry squirrel and disloyal for taking other deals when they allegedly had a signed contract to fight. While Paul dismisses Canelo Crawford, let's hear from a professional fighter, Caron Davis, who has actually sparred with both Canelo and Crawford. He offers a more grounded perspective on this potential super fight.
If I have to pick, if I had to pick, I'll put Canelo, just because of the weight disparity. You know, it's tough moving up that many weight classes, but if anybody could do it, it'll be Terence Crawford. You know, he's talented. He's a great fighter. He does everything well. He adjusts well. He has the mindset. Canelo's gonna come prepared. I think he's gonna be totally motivated for this fight. I think you're gonna see like a great Canelo. You know what? I don't like getting too much into that.
Right.
Weight class is there for a reason. And when you're lighter, you can do different things. When you're heavier, you can do different things. With weight classes come different tools that you can use. Heavyweights use more of their body weight. They can use their long reach for certain different things when they're fighting smaller heavyweights. You got guys in smaller weight classes, they can run off combinations. You can't really say would Chocolito be as great of a combination puncher in a super middleweight? Probably not.
Caron Davis makes a crucial point here. Weight classes exist for a reason. He favors Canelo primarily due to the size difference, even though he acknowledges Crawford's immense talent and adaptability. Moving up that many weight classes to face a naturally bigger, strong champion like Canelo at super middleweight is a massive ask, even for someone as skilled as Crawford. Davis believes Canelo will be highly motivated for such a fight. Davis also breaks down the technical aspects of how these two elite fighters operate, giving insight into their specific strengths. Keone praises Crawford's counterpunching skills, highlights Canelo's world-class timing and explosive punching power.
Canelo's timing is world class.
He seems like his speed's a little underrated too.
Well, you know what? He changed his speed. You know, he's really explosive. So he'll turn an uppercut into a hook in a flash. And I think what's underrated about Terence Crawford is maybe the way that Terence Crawford picks his punches. His punch selection is A1. I mean, it's probably next to none. You know, his punch selection where he's able to hit you where you don't think you can be hit is next to none. So, I mean, it's a great fight. I don't see why people are complaining about it. I think it's going to do really well.
This is a great technical perspective. Davis highlights Canelo's world-class timing and explosive, underrated speed. For Crawford, it's his unparalleled punch selection, his ability to hit opponents where they don't expect. Davis also contrasts their power. Crawford's is sneaky and accurate, while Canelo's is the overt, wrecking power that makes opponents run. The big question, as Davis notes, is whether Crawford can hurt Canelo, who hasn't been visibly troubled in a long time. It's not just sparring partners. Other active fighters are also excited by the prospect of Canelo versus Crawford. Joseph Brown shares his thoughts. Joseph Brown praises both fighters and is excited for the fight.
Yeah, Bud Crawford and Canelo, they're slated to fight in September.
It's going to be an interesting fight. Honestly, it's kind of 50-50 in my opinion. Obviously, Canelo's got the weight and natural size advantage, but Bud's very technically skilled and sharp. Yeah. So it's going to be a good fight.
Joseph Brown sees it as a 50-50 fight, highlighting the classic dynamic: Canelo's size and natural strength versus Crawford's elite technical skill and sharpness. This kind of matchup between two top-tier talents is what gets boxing fans excited. When a modern legend like Andre Ward, known for his incredible boxing IQ, talks about a fighter, it carries weight. Here's his take on Terence Crawford. Andre Ward admires Crawford's mentality and competitiveness.
Who's the most skilled fighter today?
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots,
my favorite.
It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, like, I can bet the house on, It's Bud. Because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. You gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away.
That's high praise from Andre Ward, who sees a lot of his own elite mentality in Crawford. Ward emphasizes that Bud is someone he'd bet the house on because of that ultra-competitive spirit and relentless work ethic. It's not just about skill, it's about the mindset that makes a champion. Returning to Canelo, the criticism about his recent performances lacking excitement is a recurring theme. Here's Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., son of the Mexican legend, offering his thoughts on Canelo's recent form and the potential Crawford fight.
Speaking of Canelo, did you catch his past performance and what did you think?
You know, I always think that Canelo have a good performance, but the last one are are not good. Don't look good. You know, his opponent and him don't make entertaining fights. So I don't know, man. I don't like it, the fight.
Chavez Jr. acknowledges that Canelo's recent fights haven't been the most entertaining. Despite this, he still picks Canelo over Crawford, citing Canelo's size and questioning Crawford's age and recent form. This criticism about the entertainment factor, even from fellow Mexican fighters, is exactly what Jake Paul feeds on when he calls Canelo boring. So where does all this leave us? Jake Paul is relentlessly pushing for a fight with Canelo Alvarez, claiming the Mexican superstar is over the hill and that his own fights are more exciting. He's using Canelo's less-than-stellar performance against William Scull and the low-punch stats from that fight as ammunition. Paul even claims they had a signed contract before Canelo took another deal. Canelo, for his part, has largely dismissed Paul, suggesting he needs more experience before such a fight could be considered. Yet, Paul's constant social media provocations are designed to force Canelo's hand, creating a situation where Canelo might be criticized whether he fights Paul or not. The boxing world is divided. Some fans and experts believe Canelo is still in his prime and would easily handle Paul, while Paul's supporters believe his confidence and power make him a live underdog. Meanwhile, the prospect of a Canelo versus Terence-Crawford fight excites purists, though Paul claims even that would be boring. What do you guys think? Is Jake Paul delusional for calling out Canelo, or is he strategically building towards the biggest fight possible? Can Canelo continue to ignore him, or will the pressure eventually lead to a showdown? And who would win if they did step into the ring? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more boxing and MMA analysis, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next breakdown. Thanks for watching.